guys, welcome to Filofax Friday and the third instalment of Christmas planning, or planning for Christmas, the third. Oh my gosh, time is whizzing by and it will be Christmas before you know it. We've already got our Christmas decorations going up in shops, I've noticed. Get it earlier and earlier every year. I don't know if that's because I'm getting older, that I kind of thinking, oh, I don't mind it because I do love Christmas, but I worry sometimes that I'll burn myself out by the time Christmas actually gets here, because I'm all like, Christmas, 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 and then I'm worried that I might not feel at all festive come Christmas. But that's by the by. So there's Christmas in the shops, but that's, in my opinion, that's a good thing, because it means that we can start to spread the cost a bit. And that's what I wanted to talk about this week, is budget. So budget. I know we're not supposed to talk about money. No one likes talking about money. People say money is vulgar and it's a taboo subject, but we need money whether we like it or not. Money helps the world go round. We need to buy things. And so I'm going to talk about money, because no matter what budget you have, you still have some sort of budget. And Christmas is a one time of year that you can really go crazy. And I really, really like the quote by Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, if you didn't know, is kind of like a finance guru, mentor expert. Don't really know how you would say him. And I found an absolutely brilliant quote by him. Okay, so the quote by Dave Ramsey is, Christmas is not an emergency. It does not sneak up on you. Lack of planning is not an excuse to use credit cards. There we go. And it's true, isn't it? It really, really is true that we know that Christmas comes round on the 25th of every year. So there isn't really any reason that we couldn't even plan for 2015 right this moment. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds really, really crazy. But it is true. And I love that quote, because I think sometimes you can really get caught up in the festive moment, and it's very, very easy to reach into your purse and to bring out your credit card and spend things that perhaps you don't need. I mean, like for us, for example, we've got Christmas decorations. Yeah, every year I buy more. I mean, some do get broken and tastes do change, but do I really need that extra bauble? I enjoy doing it, and if you enjoy doing it, that's fine, but I don't see the point in getting into any debt over a Christmas bauble. You know, if you don't need it, you know, it's not gonna hamper your Christmas. You know, you're still gonna have a good Christmas even though you didn't buy that new bauble. So I try as much as possible to not use a credit card. In fact, I don't actually even own a credit card anymore. I'm very lucky that I managed to pay it off, get rid of it. Don't have it. And actually what I do now for Christmas is every month I put £20 away. I save it away in a bank account, and I then have that money to spend on Christmas presents for John. I mean, we have a joint account, and mainly the joint account is for things that we would both buy, like Christmas decorations, Christmas food, gifts for other people, the Christmas tree, and outings, because we do also like to sort of go out and about around Christmas. So the £20 a month that I save predominantly goes towards John's present, Mr. B's present, but also that's quite a lot of money, and we are trying to cut back on the amount we spend on each other every year, because it's ridiculous. We don't need that amount of stuff. We're not massively materialistic. So we are actually cutting back on how much we spend on each other. It's just stupid. So what's left in the kitty from this year, I should just put, after I bought John's stuff, I should just put towards things that we need in the house, or just whatever. It will all go on whatever. But I really like the whole putting a bit away, saving it, not touching it every month, because that way I know that I've got money aside. And the reason I did this is years ago, when I used to work in HR, work for someone else, and our entire finances were different back then. I'm really, really lucky now that I work part-time, and I'm very, very lucky, very blessed, I know that I am, to be able to work part-time, that John's got a really good job, and he pays for all the household stuff and everything like that. So I am very, very lucky, don't get me wrong, I'm very lucky, I'm not complaining at all. But there was a time when we weren't in that situation, and I worked as well. And I used to work in HR, which I've said before, and I worked very hard. And I've been made redundant 3 times, and John has been made redundant 4 times. We're only 33 yet. We've had so many redundancies, and it was around those times I was made redundant in December, and Christmas isn't, Christmas is about friends and people. It's not about presents, but you still want to buy stuff for people, don't you? And that particular year, I hadn't budgeted for Christmas, and I hadn't been at that company 2 years. I got made redundant and I walked away with nothing, and it took me a while to find a new job. I didn't start my new job until February, and so there was that lull. And whilst everyone's really understanding and you don't need to buy presents and stuff, something deep inside you still feels really bad and you want to buy presents and all that kind of stuff. And I was really, we had John's income as well, so we weren't destitute or anything, but it kind of dawned on me that you don't really know what's going to be around the corner. And as I said, I don't really like using the credit card. I don't want to bring out the credit card. So that's kind of why I started saving every month for Christmas. And for me, it works really well. And just really going to carry on doing that, and it works really well. So I'm not preaching at all. Everybody's situation is different, and no one likes talking about money, do they? It makes everyone feel really uncomfortable, because some people get jealous of other people, or, it's a whole massive taboo situation. But there we go, I've broken the barrier. We're talking about money, and I'm not here to judge, and I don't, whatever your situation is, you know what your situation is. I can only talk about my situation because that's all I know, and your situation will be different from my situation. So I'm not judging you. I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm just saying that this is how it works for me and us. So you don't think I'm going like, oh, Anna says you need to put £20 away every month. Because if you've got kids, blimmin' Nora, they're expensive, aren't they? Jeez. We're lucky we don't have kids, so we don't have to worry about the saving for kids. But it's just you do what's right for your situation. I just find it a little bit. I find it a bit sad that people have become quite materialistic these days, and I don't. We're very materialistic. We want the latest gadget and things, and we've sort of lost sight of what Christmas is really about spending time with friends and family over good food and festivals and stuff. We don't need loads and loads of gadgets, and I really hate after Christmas when you see all these, or around Christmas when you see all these loan adverts on TV. I hate it, I really do. And I may be over the top, but I would just much rather put money aside every year for Christmas. So that's kind of what I do. And on that vein, I found another quote, and I really, really like this quote, and that is, it's not your salary that makes you rich, it's your spending habits. And I love that quote. I think that's really, really good, because I think sometimes we buy things and without really making a conscious thought about what we're actually spending. And it's very easy with credit cards and debit cards, I think, to hand over your card all the time at the shops or online, because it's virtual. You can't see the money. And I don't know, I just think that it's just really easy to do that, because you're like 99p here, £5 there, you know, £10 there. But then it all adds up. But because you can't sort of visually see it going out of your account, you kind of don't even notice it. So I also like to try and be a little bit more accountable of what I'm spending and what that money is going on. So I use just a tracker sheet, really, and on that tracker sheet I write down what the date that I bought something, what that item was, and how much it cost, and then I just keep a bit of a tally on ins and outs and stuff. And I find that when I use these, I spend less, or I'm more conscious of my spending, because I can see it. And if on down my list I've got, I don't know, washi tape, sticky notes, washi tape, sticky notes, washi tape, sticky notes, I then look at that and I feel a little bit embarrassed sometimes, because I'm like, oh yeah, 10 washi tapes this month. Oh, did I really need 10 washi tapes? And if I was online about to click the buy button on that washi tape, before I did that, if I was to, you know, have this in front of me, because this is also in my Filofax with my, next to my debit card, I look at this and I'll be like, oh yeah, I've bought 5 washi tapes already this month. Do I need that extra one? No. So I find that just writing things down really helps me with my spending, because I can see it visually. A friend of mine, she actually always on payday goes to the bank after she's paid her, or after all her bills have gone out and everything. She gets the money out in cash, and she uses cash only to pay for everything, because that's her way of, you know, this is her version of writing everything down. She can see the cash in her purse, and she can see it going down, and so she's a bit more consciously aware of what she's spending. So however you do it, this one just really works for me, because I can visually see what I'm spending, on what, how much it's cost, and how much of that, maybe that one item or what else I've bought in that month. So that's kind of how I do that. And this printable was part of my Christmas planning set on my Etsy shop, but you could always just use you know, use a ruler and just create your own on a piece of paper. You know, or however you do it. You might not like a grid like that, you might like to just write it down or something, but you know, just try it. I mean, try it for a couple of weeks and see how you get on with this. You know, you might find that writing it down, I mean, don't worry if you forget to write down every purchase. It doesn't matter. It's not for your accounting purposes. You know, you're not going to submit your accounts. It's just to kind of, so you can be a bit more consciously aware of what you're spending. But just try it, you know, just try it for a couple of weeks and see if it makes a difference. See if it kind of makes an impact on you know, what you're spending and how you're spending it, because for me, makes a massive difference. Okay, so we're too late really to massively start putting aside some savings for this Christmas. You know, it's too late in the day. We're October. I may revisit this maybe earlier on next year. I don't know, to kind of prompt the whole saving for Christmas thing. So let me know if that might be a prompt that you would like, and I will put it in my Filofax to do that. But as I say, I'm not preachy. I'm not a finance guru. I'm actually quite crap with money. Which is why I do some of this stuff, because I can quite get caught up with spending, I have to say. And you know, it's just how it works for me. So I'm not trying to preach at you or anything like that. But if you want a prompt in the new year on starting to budget for Christmas, then let me know. I'll do that. But this week I've also got some free printable download inserts for you. There's a whole host. The quotes that I mentioned, they are available as a download, and I will pop the description, the link in the description of the video below. Everything's on the blog post. You just have to click the link and download them. It'll all be in one pack. So, and I've created a whole load of printable inserts for you that might help with your budgeting and your Christmas planning. So the very first thing is a no spend. If you find yourself in a position where you don't trust yourself with kind of writing everything down, and you literally want to go kind of cold turkey and not spend anything, then I've designed some no spend inserts. So the first ones are monthly calendars, and I've got them for October, November and December. So it's just a monthly calendar, and use it how you want to. So each day that you haven't spent anything, you could either put a tick in the box, put a smiley face in the box, a sticker, a reward sticker, however you want to do it. There's a monthly calendar for you. But along with that, I want you to kind of maybe, not want you because that's forcing you, but if you would like to, I have other inserts. This one says, I need to save for Christmas, so I promise myself that I'm not going to buy any of the following items between these dates. So for us, maybe, what do we call ourselves? Stationery addicts, planner addicts, journal junkies, whatever you are, maybe you might write a pact with yourself, like between now and Christmas, I'm pretty sure that you have got enough stickers, sticky tape, sticky notes, washi tape, paints, pens, ephemera, whatever you do, whatever your bag is, whatever mediums you use, I'm pretty sure that you've got quite a lot of things. I'm pretty sure you have. Come on, you have. So, do you need to buy any more between now and Christmas? Do you really? Do you really? Make a little promise to yourself that you're not going to buy any washi tape, you're not going to buy any sticky notes. Write it down. Because, let's face it, we've got Christmas in 2 months. Write it on your Christmas list. I'm pretty sure your husbands and partners and boyfriends and girlfriends, they all want to know what you want for Christmas. So write your own wish list down. Rather than going out and buying that washi tape, put it on your wish list and give your list to your partner, and voila. So just kind of try and maybe make a promise to yourself that I'm not going to spend something, I'm not going to buy that latest Filofax. I'm going to put it on my Christmas list and ask Father Christmas for it, that kind of thing. So there's that one. Also, I've done an items to exclude, because there are always going to be some items that you're going to need to spend, because I'm not saying you can't spend any money between now and December. There's an item to exclude. I don't know what those items would be for you. For me, for a definite, it's going to be food. I haven't actually thought yet about what my other exclusions might be. I know for a fact that we've got a couple of birthdays coming up. We've got a holiday coming up. So, and I'm not saying that I'm going to sit in and be miserable the whole time. I want some spending money to be able to do something, but I'm going to sit down and work out what I'm going to, what I'm going to save, what I'm going to spend, what I need to buy, that kind of stuff. So, an exclusions list. And then lastly, the very last one says, I may have bought something that wasn't on my exceptions list. This is what I bought, how much I spent, why I bought it, and how I'm feeling about it. Because let's face it, we're not all perfect, and sometimes we may have made that splurge, we just couldn't resist something, we were having a down day, all of that kind of stuff. So this, mainly if you're not into journaling or you are a journaler, this is for you, because you've bought that washi tape. Okay, it's been and gone, it's probably not going to break the bank because it's only $2.50, but you may be feeling guilty because you broke your promise to yourself. But just journal it all down, because journaling about it helps you to kind of reflect, and it's done, we can just reflect on it and move on. And, you know, maybe that will help you think a bit more for the future, like if you're feeling that guilty about it, you know. So that's just there as a prompt, really. It's like a journal prompt for you. Use it if you want to, or don't if you don't want to, but sometimes it helps me just to kind of analyse stuff and write it down, and that's what that's for. So there we go, that's my kind of views on budgeting and how I budget and what I do with my money, and I'm going to be using these inserts as well as you guys, you know, trying to be good. Although I shouldn't really advertise a no spend because I've just stacked my Etsy shop up with loads of Christmas stuff. But what I'm trying to say really is the whole no spend thing is if you really don't think that you can be good. And I guess with money it's all about control and self-discipline and working within your budget, you know, that kind of stuff. And you know what your budget is and just work with that. I know what mine is and just work with that. And I really just want to have a push before Christmas because I want to have a really good Christmas, you know. It's October, I don't need anything, I don't need to do anything, but I want to have a bit of a blowout in December. So in order to be able to do that, I need to be good and save some money now. So that's that. I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. I do want to leave you with a couple of parting things. Firstly, if you haven't entered the giveaway for one of these Filofaxes and the dividers by Handmade by Charlotte Victoria, then head over to the blog and enter the giveaway. The link will be below. It's the same blog post as you get the printables from. So go and check that out. Someone's got to win it. You've got to be in it to win it. So you never know. And if you win it, it might just fuel your little Filofax addiction without spending any money. So that's good. And yeah. Secondly, I wanted to just say that I hope you understood where I was coming from and that I'm not preaching to you or anything and I'm not judging. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I know money is a taboo subject and it took me a little while to think about whether I was going to do this video and what I was going to say. And I just hope I articulated it in a good way. And the very, very last thing is another quote that I found, but I don't know who it's by. And that is, Christmas presents come and go, but memories last a lifetime. And I love that because I found that and I was looking back and I was thinking, do you know what? Over the years, I can't really remember some of the Christmas presents that I've received. But memories wise, gosh, I can remember when I was a child and we were all playing Twister and my nan decided to get involved. Yes, my nan, who was in her 80s, decided to get involved and she flashed her knickers. I remember that. I remember the Christmas that my cousin was going through her teens and she had a strop, and I remember you know, I remember my granddad shouting at her. You know, good and bad memories. You know, they're memories. You remember your Christmas memories far more than you remember presents, I think. And I've started with my friends and family, rather than buying them an actual present like a book or a top or a bag or something or some shower gel. Like a friend and I, we have decided to not buy each other presents, but instead we're going to go out for dinner together. So we're going to use the same money, you know, to go and spend some time together and have a nice meal. And other friends of ours, we've decided to go out with, instead of buying each other presents, we decided to go out for the day and to somewhere nice, and, you know, the kids will get to go and see Father Christmas. And I just think that, you know, and we're going to pay for that. We're going to pay for them to go and see Father Christmas and go on the day out. And I just think that's, you know, really nice, because hopefully they'll remember that in future and they'll have the photos to look back on. They won't remember the latest, I don't know, the latest whatever that we bought them. They won't remember that. We won't remember that we bought them a t-shirt last year. They won't remember that, but they will remember that time that they went to, you know, whatever with Anna and John. My parents used to do that. Every year I used to go on a steam train, and the steam train used to take us to go and see Father Christmas. And I still remember that vividly. I think that's really nice memories, and that's what we're doing with our friends and family now. We're kind of spending the money rather than on gifts, but on experiences, so that we can remember those experiences. And I just wanted to share that with you because I thought that was kind of really nice. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you're having fun with your Christmas planning, and I shall see you next week. Take care, guys. Bye.